Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. In this video, I'm going to take you guys along with me while I tackle one of the worst areas in my house. I have an upstairs storage closet that started out as being like a storage place for excessive art supplies that I had, and also things that I had for Tennyson, like backup diapers and stuff. Since I've finally gotten rid of all the extra boxes of diapers, we've run through them, I have so much more space to work with. But over the time when I was like not utilizing the closet very much, it kind of just became this extreme, crazy, disastrous mess. And I just started, like, I would bag things up into grocery bags and just throw it in there. I'm like, I'll organize it later, I'll organize it later. And the door would stay shut and I would just not do it. It's one of those places that I've only organized 2 times. This will be my 3rd time, and I'm hoping that this time, since I bought some storage bins and things like that, that I can finally organize it and keep it that way. So I'm going to take you guys along with me and show you what I got from the Dollar Tree to help me organize the space, and then I'll also show you the space before I start tackling it. So if you haven't yet, consider hitting that subscribe button, giving this video a like, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so first things first, I went ahead and picked up some of the vinyl top, kind of like contact paper, but it's more like the shelf liners. And I have this exact pattern in my pantry downstairs. And I do like the pattern. It kind of livens up the space and brings a little color. And the reason why I always pick this one is because they don't always have the plain white tubs like this in all the sets. So I typically buy blue or green. So I try to tie those colors in by using the vinyl top. So I went ahead and picked up, I think 6. Yeah, 6 of these large, what I call them bubble containers, because they're little bubbly cut out. So I got 3 or 6 of those. And then I also picked up 7 of these white locker tins. And I like these because you can label them with dry erase marker and you can see what's in them without having to actually look inside. I went ahead and picked up 5 of these blue long bubble containers, and then I picked up 6, I believe. Yeah, 6 of these smaller bubble containers. And I like that they have like the deeper handles on the sides, and I can just like stack things in them easier. And they're kind of taller, so I can hide things in them. So that's what I went ahead and picked up. So the closet only has like a little bit of shelving units. It goes like only on the back wall and is a very deep and narrow closet. And you'll see I also have some 3-drawer dressers in there that are actually really beat up, but I'm not in the mood to replace them just yet. So I'm going to leave them the way they are. I will organize what's inside them because I started organizing them and I think it's kind of just gotten out of control, as well as I have to also replace the products that I've taken out of those drawers, and also things I bought to go back into those drawers as well. I have not been keeping up with it. I know that it is a shameful spot, so I would like for you guys to get some really good motivation from this. If you have one of those areas in your house that just becomes like a drop spot for literally everything, I'm hoping this video will be super helpful for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys over to the closet and show you what disaster we are working with today. Be prepared because it's really bad. So all this stuff that's here in the hallway is some leftover Easter stuff, some of Tennyson's birthday stuff that was left over, and her birthday gift wrapping. This is how bad my closet is. Most of it needs to go into our storage unit because it's a lot of baby stuff that Tennyson grew out of, and a lot of it is just arts and crafts stuff that when I do a project, I put it into a grocery bag and I stick it into the closet. I don't try to make my way in there, and it just, I don't know, it got out of hand. Plus, we had to take down everything that was on the downstairs cubbies that holds Tennyson's toys in now. There was a lot of stuff that used to be on that shelf, like our board games and a lot of books. I had to take all of that out, and it just went into this closet. So I'm going to go ahead and start by just removing everything from the room so that I can give it a good wipe down, vacuum it, and mop it. So the boxes up top are mostly wedding decor from our wedding, and then also party supplies from all the parties that I've done from the couple years back. And then I also have 4 boxes still semi-full of golden books. When Tennyson was born, or before she was born, when I found out I got pregnant, I saw a garage sale for someone selling a bunch of golden books, and I picked up literally all of them because I find those books to be amazing. I grew up with them, and I want her to grow up with them as well. So this is the mess we're working with. I'm going to tackle it in sections so that it doesn't become overwhelming. I've already put piles together of things of how I want them to be organized. Game boards, arts and crafts, decor, present supplies, stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe my shelves down using the Method Lime and Sea Salt. This is still one of my favorite scents, and honestly Method is one of my favorite products, so I will continue to use this one for a very long time. I'm going to vacuum down all the baseboards. I'm going to get all the tops just in case there's any cobwebs or anything, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice vacuum and a mop. When I first created this closet as like a space for me to put my craft stuff, I had already had these drawers organized the way I wanted them, and they just kind of gotten out of hand because I've been doing, when I first moved here, I did a lot more projects than I do now. Once I started YouTube, I kind of gotten off the track of doing a lot of my DIY projects that I used to do all the time. So I need to get back into it, and I feel like a better way to get back into my DIY projects is to have an organized space to hold all this stuff, so it makes me more motivated to want to play with it and get back into the routine of creating things. So I'm organizing the drawers. The top one's going to be like my wooden signs, chalk stuff, and I have a lot of like wooden craft pieces like for scrapbooking that I actually haven't used for actual scrapbooking, and I have a lot of cardboard stuff that I've used as well for DIYs that's not really meant to be, it's meant to be scrapbooking, but it's not. So I'm putting that all in the top drawer. I also have a lot of coloring books and journals because I find it to be very relaxing to color and journal. So that stuff will all go on the bottom shelf in the first cabinet, and then the second shelf in here is a lot of like the scrapbooking stuff and my paper cutters and things like that, and also like felt and like the Elmer's cement glue and stuff. On this second drawer, it'll be ribbon, yarn, and my hot glue gun stuff on the top one. The second one is going to be all paints, glitter paints, glues, and markers, chalk stuff as well. And then the very bottom one will be all like holiday random DIY things. So things I bought that technically aren't a craft supply technically, but it can also be used to make holiday anything. So that's what the bottom one is. It's kind of like a nonsense junk drawer, I guess, but it's just all holiday related. Does anyone else have a ribbon addiction and also a ribbon drawer that looks as despicable as mine? I feel like I always forget to tape the ends back when I go to put my ribbon back in the drawer, so they all just end up getting unraveled as I pull things out for random projects. So like now I'm going to go ahead and sit down. I'm going to tape every single thing of ribbon so that it doesn't happen again, because I always find it very aggravating to find so many spools of ribbon, or spools, I'm sorry, just unraveled, and it just looks crazy. So now I'm going to go ahead and start by just seeing how I can fit things back in here, because I only have 2 shelves. And this was the moment that I remembered that these dressers don't fit underneath, and that's why they were sideways to begin with. So I have started trying to like figure out a way that I want things to go back into the closet. And as you saw, I only gave myself 2 shelves from the boxes that are already in there, and that's just not going to work for me, I don't think. So I think I'm going to have to move a couple boxes down to the garage just so that I can find at least another shelf of space so that I have somewhere to go, because there's a big gap from the shelf, but I can't put the dressers underneath of it. So I'm gonna take a break for a minute and I'll get back with you guys. I'm gonna brainstorm and figure out how I'm gonna put everything back. I still have quite a mess to clean up, and I'm gonna show you guys that as I go. My camera's kind of acting up today, so if I lose some footage, I truly apologize. I've already lost some because I didn't realize I wasn't recording. My camera just kind of stopped, so I do apologize for that. So I will be back with you guys as soon as I get a game plan going for how I want everything to go back into this room. After sitting on it for a little bit, I decided to go ahead and come back into the room, just get everything into bins and get as much organized as I could. If it all didn't fit where I wanted it to, then I was going to go ahead and have my husband bring down the boxes, which in the end, I did end up doing that. It ended up taking me 2 days to do this project, and you'll see that as we do this. I decided to wait until my husband could help me because the boxes were very heavy and I needed his help to move them downstairs so I didn't injure myself. So for the first day, I just went ahead and made sure I got as much stuff as I could organized. I do have an excessive amount of gift bags. I save every gift bag when someone gives me a gift because I don't like to have to rebuy them. So I just reuse whatever someone gives me. Plus, I find it wasteful to just throw them out after they've been given because it's just I don't know, it feels like a waste. They're very beautiful bags. They've only been used once. Keep using them. Same thing with Christmas boxes. I save them every year. So I'm going to try and organize that as well as I can because I always find it hard during Christmas. I'm always rooting through that whole closet, just trying to find everything to make presents and wrap presents and all that whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and put my Valentine stuff and my spring stuff in here because I don't have bins yet for the garage for that decor to go in. I need to buy some large bins for my decorations for those 2 holidays. So for now, they're going to also go into the closet. I found that these locker style bins were perfect to fit a lot of our card games and our puzzles into to help organize it rather than just stacking up the card games and the puzzles on the shelf. I'd rather have them into bins. So if I want to just take down a whole bin with me, if we're unsure what game we want to play, I'll just take the whole bin down and I can bring the whole bin right back up. I decided to go ahead and line these 2 shelves. Since I wasn't sure how many shelves I'm going to have, I decided to go ahead and do these ones. The reason why I want to line the shelves is this room gets very, very hot and things tend to stick to these shelves because I guess the paint gets a little tacky when it gets hot in there. So like when I go to pull a bin off or a box off, it's like it makes like that noise and I'm like, oh, gross. So I wanted to go ahead and line them so I can clean them easier and things just slide in and off of it and the paint doesn't stick to any of my products. I did find out that I didn't buy enough of the vinyl top, and as day 2 progressed, I did go back to the Dollar Tree to get more vinyl top. They just no longer had this pattern, so the rest of my shelves did not get lined, and I was really sad about it, but I am going to keep looking out for that pattern, and when I do find it, I'll line the rest of those shelves. So if you guys didn't know this about me and my family yet, we are huge game night fanatics. We host a game night once a month in our home, and we typically go to a friend's house once a month, and we have like a potluck dinner, and we do game nights. We try to get all of our families together, so game nights are super big in our home. So my whole shelf in there just makes me so happy to see it organized, and I love that I can have like a whole bin to take down for game night rather than having to carry a whole bunch of games at once. So when we moved the boxes from the top, I realized that I could fit both golden boxes up there, which opened up 2 more shelves for me, which was perfect. So I went ahead and decided to put all of my books that I decided to keep from the shelf downstairs and put them in here so that when I decide I want to read them or whatnot, I can just easily find them on this shelf. I have a lot of random things that are going to go on the next shelf above, which is like baby bottles and such that Tennyson didn't take to. I don't want them to go into storage or into the garage because I worry about them getting damaged or ruined due to the heat or weather conditions or bugs or whatever. I want them to be in our home so that if the next baby we have decides to want to use any of those bottles, they're still good. This little bin holds all of Tennyson's like memorabilia, like from her gender reveal to all the way to like her baby showers, her first birthday. It has all of her birthday cards, everything. So that's how I organize that, and that goes into her closet. I'm now creating bins in here that hold some of the random things like my Scentsies, my oil diffusers that I don't use anymore, and a lot of summer gear for the pool. Well, we are coming to the end, you guys. I am actually very satisfied with how this turned out. I can't wait to line the other 2 shelves so it all ties together, but it's so nice to see everything into singular bins. I know where everything is, and it just looks so clean and so organized, and I really hope that I can keep it this way. I am striving to make sure that after I organize something, I keep it organized that way. It's easier to clean a mess when a mess isn't actually a true mess. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys sticking around for the whole video. I hope this motivated you to tackle one of the jobs that you need to get done today, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one.